We're told avocados are a superfood, and they are. Their rise to fame has been remarkable, transforming from a niche delicacy to a staple in kitchens around the world. But like any powerful tool, they come with a user's manual, one that most of us never get to read. While avocados are packed with benefits for our heart, eyes, and joints, there are a few key details that are especially important as our bodies change after the age of 60. This isn't about creating fear around food. It's about empowering you with nutritional wisdom, the kind that's grounded in solid scientific research. The tips we're about to share are backed by studies from major peer-reviewed journals, like the Journal of the American Heart Association and Allergy Frontiers. We'll be sure to link to these studies in the description below, so you can see the data for yourself. We're going to count down 6 common mistakes, starting with the most practical and building up to the most critical health information for anyone over 60. By the end, you'll be able to enjoy every creamy bite with total confidence. Let's begin with mistake number 6, choosing the wrong ripeness. This mistake happens before the avocado even makes it to your kitchen, and it can ruin the entire experience. An underripe, rock-hard avocado has a waxy, almost bland flavor and a texture that's far from satisfying. It can also be tough on your digestion. On the other hand, an overly mushy one, often riddled with brown, stringy spots, has an off-putting, almost sour taste and is past its nutritional prime. Your smart fix is to become a true avocado expert, and it starts with the palm test. Instead of poking the fruit with your fingertips, which creates bruises and brown spots for you and the next person, gently cup the avocado in the palm of your hand and give it a slight, uniform squeeze. A perfectly ripe avocado will yield to this gentle pressure without feeling soft or collapsing. Pay attention to color, but don't rely on it alone. For the common Hass avocado, the skin should be a dark green, almost black color. If you can only find bright green, firm ones at the store, that's perfectly fine. Simply leave them on your kitchen counter, and they will ripen naturally over the next 2 to 5 days. To speed this process up, place them in a paper bag, which traps the natural ethylene gas the fruit releases, accelerating ripening. For a quick check, you can also gently flick off the little stem nub at the top. If the circle underneath is bright green, it's good to go. If it's brown, the fruit is likely overripe inside. Coming in at number 5 is the sneaky calorie avalanche. We celebrate avocados for their healthy fats, but we often forget that all fats are calorie-dense. A single large avocado can pack over 320 calories and nearly 30 grams of fat. To put that in perspective, that's more calories than many candy bars or a scoop of ice cream. Of course, the source is much healthier, primarily oleic acid, a monounsaturated fat known for helping lower bad cholesterol. Still, the calories add up. A revealing study from 2022 in the Journal of the American Heart Association explored this very issue. They found that participants who ate one whole avocado daily didn't gain weight, but only because the researchers carefully reduced calories elsewhere in their diet to make room for it. In the real world, most of us don't do that subtraction. We add avocado on top of our toast, salad, or eggs. This calorie creep can slowly and surely lead to unintentional weight gain over weeks and months. Your smart fix is to shift your mindset. Treat avocado not as a main course, but as a rich, healthy garnish. A sensible portion is about 1/3 of a medium fruit, which looks like a few thick slices or a generous scoop of guacamole. Pair this serving with high-fiber foods like leafy greens or whole-grain crackers to make a smaller amount feel more satisfying. By being mindful, you harness its powerful heart-healthy benefits without the belt-busting surprise. At number 4, a critical mistake with potentially serious consequences, skipping the wash. It's easy to assume that since we don't eat the peel, we don't need to wash it. This is a dangerous misconception. An avocado's bumpy, textured skin is the perfect terrain for bacteria to hide in. When you slice through that unwashed peel, your knife becomes a vehicle, dragging germs like Listeria and Salmonella straight through the clean flesh you're about to eat. An FDA-funded survey highlighted this risk, finding Listeria on the skin of nearly 18% of avocados tested. For older adults, this is particularly concerning. As we age, our immune systems naturally become a bit slower to respond, a process sometimes called immunosenescence. This makes us more vulnerable to foodborne illnesses that we might have easily fought off in our younger years. The fix is simple, but non-negotiable. Before you ever bring a knife to it, hold the avocado under cool running water. Give it a gentle but thorough scrub on all sides with a clean produce brush. Then, pat it completely dry with a paper towel before placing it on a clean cutting board. This simple, 30-second ritual is one of the most effective ways to protect yourself. Mistake number 3 is ignoring your gut's whisper. If you ever felt a tight, balloon-like feeling of bloating, uncomfortable gas, or even sudden cramps after eating avocado, you are not imagining it. The culprit is often sorbitol, a type of sugar alcohol. Sorbitol is classified as a FODMAP, a group of fermentable carbohydrates that can be difficult for some people to digest. They pull water into the gut and are rapidly fermented by gut bacteria, which produces gas as a byproduct. Our body's ability to produce the enzymes needed to break down compounds like sorbitol can decline over time. This means a food that gave you no trouble at age 40 might become a source of significant discomfort at age 70. This isn't an allergy, but rather an intolerance, and it's highly individual. Your action plan is to become your own health detective. Instead of avoiding avocados altogether, find your personal threshold. Start with a very small portion, perhaps just 2 tablespoons of mashed avocado. Note the amount, the time you ate it, and pay close attention to how you feel over the next several hours. If all is well, you can try a slightly larger portion next time. Your personal tolerance, discovered through mindful observation, is a far more useful guide than any generic serving size chart. Our second most critical mistake is one most people have never heard of: the latex crossfire. This is a fascinating and crucial piece of health knowledge. If you have a sensitivity or allergy to natural latex, perhaps you've gotten an itchy rash for rubber gloves or felt your throat scratch after blowing up a balloon, you are at a significantly higher risk of reacting to avocados. This phenomenon is called latex fruit syndrome. A 2024 review in the journal Allergy Frontiers explains the mechanism. Your immune system, which has been trained to identify and attack the proteins in latex, sees the proteins in a ripe avocado as an identical twin. It can't tell the difference and launches the same defensive allergic attack. This reaction can range from mild, like an itchy mouth or hives, to severe and life-threatening, including swelling of the lips and tongue or full anaphylaxis. Other foods, like bananas, kiwis, and chestnuts, can also be part of this cross-reactive group. If you have a known latex allergy, you must speak with your doctor or allergist before consuming avocado. If you have a suspicion but aren't sure, you can perform a preliminary patch test. Rub a tiny smear of avocado on a small patch of skin on your inner wrist and wait for 20 minutes. Any sign of redness, hives, or itching is a strong warning signal. Do not eat the avocado, and schedule an appointment with an allergist for proper testing. And the number one mistake, the most critical one for anyone over 60 to avoid, is the medication mismatch. Avocados are a powerhouse of nutrients, but 2 of them, vitamin K and potassium, can directly interact with some of the most common prescription medications. A single cup of sliced avocado can contain nearly 1,000 milligrams of potassium and over 25 micrograms of vitamin K. Let's look at vitamin K first. It plays a vital role in blood clotting. If you take a blood thinner like warfarin, your medication works by putting the brakes on your body's natural clotting process. A sudden flood of vitamin K from a big dietary change acts like an accelerator, working directly against those brakes. Too much vitamin K can essentially overpower your blood thinner, making dangerous blood clots more likely. It's the very thing your prescription is designed to prevent. Now for potassium. It's essential for nerve function and heart rhythm. However, many common blood pressure medications, like ACE inhibitors and certain diuretics, work by making your body hold on to potassium. If you are taking one of these drugs and you eat a high potassium food like avocado, you can risk pushing your blood potassium levels into a danger zone, which can lead to serious heart rhythm disturbances. The solution here is not avoidance. It is consistency. You must talk to your doctor or pharmacist. Tell them honestly how much avocado you typically eat per week. They can then adjust your medication dosage to match your stable, predictable diet. The danger comes from inconsistency, eating none for a month and then having it every day for a week. A brief, open conversation with your healthcare provider is essential for your safety. So, from a simple ripeness check all the way to a critical conversation with your doctor, you now have the tools to make avocados a safe and powerful part of your diet. And speaking of safety, here's one final tip. Never eat the pit or the peel. You might see trends online about grinding the pit for smoothies. Please ignore them. The pit and leaves contain a compound called Persin, which can be toxic to animals and offers no proven health benefits for humans. The goodness is in the flesh, so stick to the creamy, delicious part. Which tip was most surprising to you? Tell us in the comments. Your experience helps everyone in this community learn. If this guide helped you take charge of your health, tap that like button, share it with a friend, and subscribe for more age-strong nutrition science. Stay strong, stay sharp, and keep moving.